Hi, by watching this short video, you will learn where to find our product artwork templates needed to produce your display or sign. You will see how to download a template, open it inside Adobe Illustrator, design your artwork, save it, and finally, upload your product artwork to us for production. Let's go to BFWdisplays.com. Click on your desired product. We're going to select the very popular 10x10 pop-up event tent. Scrolling down below the product photos, you will find a tab labeled Description. Under the title, you'll see the template downloads. We're going to download the canopy top. Simply click on the link. It automatically downloads to your download folder by default. Let's go to the download folder and here's the pop-up tent template. You can see that the file is zipped. Double click to unzip the folder and then let's go ahead and open up the template. This is the preview of it here. Right click and select Open with Adobe Illustrator 2019 and here's the template. Now what we want to do is place our vector logo. You can do that a couple of different ways. You can place it by going to File and select Place, or what I prefer to do is go to the folder, right click and again and say Open with Adobe Illustrator, and this will open up the logo. And we want to make sure that it's vector. You can see here that the top is outlined and the bottom isn't. The bottom font and text is not outlined. Dead giveaway is that it's got a line and that it's still editable. So if we double click on this, we can actually make a change. We don't want to do that. So what we're going to go ahead and do right now is address this situation before it's a problem. And we're going to go to Object, Flatten Transparency, and we're going to make sure that the top two boxes, Convert All Text Outlines and Convert All Strokes to Outlines, are both selected. And select OK. Once done, you'll see that now it's outlined. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a copy of this. On a Mac, it's Command C, and on a PC, it's Control C. We're going to go back to the template here that we're going to use. This is one that I've actually practiced on and we're already done with. That's how it's going to look when we're done. And we're going to go to the design layer and we're going to Command V for paste on a Mac, or Control V for paste on a PC. And we're going to go ahead and hold Shift and make this a little larger because we want this to fill the space right here on the peak of the tent. And it fits nicely there. I've prepared another logo with the tagline to the side, or some may call that a horizontal logo. So we're going to go ahead and import that as well. Here it is. I'm going to right click again, say Open with Adobe Illustrator 2019. And here's that logo. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that this is outlined, and it is. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and select both of the images and I'm going to hit Command C to copy, and we're going to paste this over here, and we're going to use this for the artwork on the valance. And you can see it fits nicely there, but I'm going to go ahead and center this up a little bit just to make sure it's going to look good while printed. And we want to make sure that everything is contained within the red dash line. Now the color of the peak or the valance, the background color or image or anything like that needs to go all the way to the edge. But the artwork or the logo or anything you don't want cut off needs to be contained within this red dashed lines, and that's how all of our templates work. Next, what I'm going to do is unlock the guides layer, because I want to make a copy of this and I don't want to have to do any unnecessary work. If something here isn't allowing you to edit it, and over here on the layers panel nothing is locked, then we know that it's actually locked on the artboard. And the way to unlock that is to go to Object, Lock Selection, or Unlock All. You can see that's great here. I already did it. But go ahead and unlock everything, and that way you can go ahead and edit it. And I'm going to delete. I'm actually going to not delete. By holding Shift, I'm going to unselect those two items, leave those there. And I'm going to make the front and the back of these canopies be identical. So I'm going to retitle them as front and back. And I'm going to make the left and right identical. And I'm going to go ahead and center this underneath the artwork. I'm going to make a copy of this. The reason I'm going to do it this way is because I don't want to have to work harder, and I want to make sure that the logos and everything, the position to the template, is exactly the same. So I'm going to Command C and Command V to paste this and copy, and I'm going to go ahead and line it up and make sure that they're exactly level with each other, which I think they're off just a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get them perfect. They are just a little bit off. There we go. And I want to give our artwork some contrast. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to change the background of I actually paste this into the guide layer, so I want to make sure everything is on my design layer. So I just drug over here on the layer panel, I had everything selected, and I drug it down to the design layer to make sure everything is in the design layer. And I'm going to change the background color of one of these to black. In the color palette, I'm going to select black, and now it's changed to black. And of course, my logo is still there. You can see it here, the outline. But I want to make sure we can see it while printed, so I'm going to change that to black, or I'm sorry, change that to white, giving it the contrast. And I'm going to change the balance over here to black. And again, I have to do the same thing with the black logo. I have to now make it white. And there we go. I'm going to double check it again to make sure that all fonts and strokes are outlined, which I know they are because I did that first before I imported the vector logo. And I want to make sure that all my important art is within my red dash lines, checking my margins. It looks good. That's what this big warning here is: delete top layer, delete the dash lines, because these dash lines will print on the tent if we don't delete those. So I'm going to go ahead and select the guide layer, and I'm going to hit delete. And I accidentally, when I drug these down, I drug them into the design layer. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I get those deleted as well. And now they're deleted, and I can delete my warning because I've already taken care of that. If I used any photographs or any other types of images, I would want to make sure that they are embedded in this file, so that when we send this to print, the computer that we're printing from has everything that it needs. Now what I want to do is give the instructions for this. So it's sometimes nice to have the date. I'm going to put the date in here, 11/05/2019, and I'm going to put the name of the company, XYZ Printing. And if I had a work order or a PO number, I can put that here. And if I had a specific file name, like for example, this one is Vismar, I can put the name there. And then the quantity. We want 3, so we're going to put the quantity. And then we're going to put the designer name. The designer was Shelley Hobbit, and we'll put her name in there. This is where you can call out a Pantone or a PMS code for the color. Very important. If your client has a specific Pantone color for the blue, what you would do is you would make this box the color of the blue, and then you'd put the Pantone or the PMS color here. It's editable, so you just select here and you can go ahead and fill in the Pantone color. In our case, we're gonna go ahead and allow it to default CMYK. We don't know the Pantone color, don't have one, so that's it. This is our print ready art. Now all that's left is to save the file, save as. We're going to give it the file a name. So we know this is a Vismar and that it's a print ready file. So we're going to go ahead and save this as such, Vismar-PR for print ready is how we do it. And we're going to select the folder that we want to save it to. Let's go ahead and go into maybe a project folder, and we'll put it there, save. And now we want to double check the PDF settings. Adobe PDF preset. Let's change this, if it's not default, to Illustrator default. There's different options here. We want it to be Illustrator default. And under the options, make sure that the checkbox for preserve Illustrator editing capabilities is checked. Also for embedded page thumbnails and create Acrobat layers from top level layers. Those three are important to have checked. Now we'll hit Save PDF. Let's go back to the website where we downloaded the template. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Usually when you place your order online, the best way to upload your art is going to be following the checkout process. It will prompt you with a screen that looks very similar to this at the top. Now, if you ever need to upload artwork to check a resolution or something to help you out with, or if possibly we're going to be helping you with design, maybe you want to use the upload link here. It's usually best to place your order first and upload your template or your print ready art at that point, but you can also do it here. So after you check out and purchase the product, this is the screen that you're going to see. So again, you'd put in your name, and if you are Shelley Hobbit, you'd put that in here, and then your company name again, XYZ Printing, and the order number, whatever that is, you would put. And then if you have any optional notes or an enhanced date, that's very important to let us know, you can put that in here. I want this by November 30th by 5 p.m. This clarity is very important. Always make sure when placing your art, we know the enhanced date. There are rush options available as well. We'll get into that on another video. We do have rush 2-day ship products by clicking this link here. Very important that you communicate with us at the time of placing your order the enhanced date. Even if you've called and asked us questions prior to placing the order, we get lots of calls and we speak to a lot of people every day. So it's very important to make sure when you place your order, this enhanced date is on it. Now all that's left is to upload our art or to select the file to complete this process. You can do that two different ways. One is you can drag and drop the file here, or you can select the files and that'll take you to your standard screen where you see your hard drive and you can find the file. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop because I know I have my file right here. So I'm going to locate it and I'm going to drag it right there, and you can see that I've successfully added it. As it says, pop-up 10 by 10 Vismar PR, and I can hit upload. And as soon as I do that, it's going to say that it was a success. It'll give me this reference code, and we're going to get your artwork. As soon as we get your artwork, we're going to be taking a look at it and briefly checking it to make sure that it's going to work, and we're going to send you a proof. This proof is going to come by email, typically within 1 to 2 hours if done during the business day. if after hours or on a weekend or at the end of the day, it could take into a few hours the next business day to get you your proof. But very important that you wait for that proof and acknowledge it with approved or we have a problem. And if there's a problem, you can email back and say, oh, I want a different shade, or something's wrong, or you can call us and we can make that change for you as well, or address that situation, whatever it is. And once we have your artwork approval, then we are going to send your order to production, and once it's ready to ship and does ship, then you're going to get notification of the shipping and the tracking number, and that's it. Now you know how to download, design, and upload a product art template for printing. If you have any questions before, after, or during your order, please email us at info@bfwdisplays.com or call us 888-675-9610 and we will assist you. Thanks for watching and happy designing.